So
Sure.
do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, it harkens back to the Nixon era, like when the war on drugs started. And so there was the hippie movement, the Black Panther movement, and these different social movements that were springing up predominantly in resistance to the Vietnam War. And while, the Nixon regime, like they couldn't make it illegal to be a hippie or to be a Black Panther, what they could do was to criminalize the substances that these groups were using. And there are some theories that, in fact, the CIA brought LSD into the hippie movement to destabilize it and inadvertently, created a social shift. Not necessarily because there was the MK Ultra experiments where they were using LSD to see how it worked in terms of mind control and as like a truth serum. And, that making those things illegal while at the same time supplanting them into their culture allowed them to crack down and to put these people in prison when they were using these substances. And so that LSD and several other DMT, dimethyltryptamine, which is the active compound in ayahuasca, and NN-DMT, which is from the Mimosa hostilis, I believe, that are known as the God molecule, DMT, in order to, it creates deep transcendental experiences. These being Schedule 1 drugs make them a felony, and with Schedule 1 substances, these are substances that have no proven therapeutic value, quote unquote. And with that, we have thousands, hundreds of thousands of people who have been put in prison and have had their lives taken away from them for keeping these substances, and for producing them, for manufacturing them. And so we're even like right now, we're still seeing the ramifications of that as we move into really re-envisioning what therapeutic use looks like in the context of working with PTSD, of working with people, like you mentioned, who have end-of-life anxiety, cancer patients. Yeah. And I think it's really beautiful, like that we're starting to see this shift. And I also acknowledge that it gets to happen with a lot more intentionality that occurred in the 1960s as well.
Yeah.